Have you ever looked at a computer screen and wondered who helped make this world possible? Before computers were in every home, before laptops and smartphones, there was a curious boy who loved asking questions. That boy was Bill Gates. But here's something important. He wasn't born rich, he wasn't born famous, and he wasn't a superhero. He was simply a kid who loved learning and thinking differently. Bill Gates was born on October 28, 1955, in Seattle, USA. His full name was William Henry Gates III. He grew up in a normal middle-class family. His father was a hardworking lawyer, and his mother was a teacher who later worked with large companies. His parents believed strongly in education, discipline, and doing your best in everything. They wanted their children to aim high in life. As a child, Bill loved reading more than anything. He didn't just read storybooks. He read science books, history books, and even large encyclopedias just for fun. While other kids were running outside and playing for hours, Bill was often sitting quietly with a book in his hands. He was always curious. He wanted to understand how the world worked. School, however, was not always exciting for him. Many times, he felt bored because the lessons were too easy. His teachers noticed he was extremely intelligent, but they also saw that he could be restless and distracted. He liked to think deeply, and sometimes his mind moved faster than the classroom. His parents realized he needed a bigger challenge, something that would push his brain further. So they enrolled him in a private school called Lakeside School. That decision changed his life completely. At Lakeside, something amazing happened. The school had access to a computer. Today, computers are everywhere, but in the late 1960s, computers were huge machines that filled entire rooms. Very few schools had them. Most people had never even seen one before. The first time Bill saw the computer, he was fascinated. It felt like magic to him. He didn't just want to use it. He wanted to understand it. He began spending long hours in the computer room, learning how to write simple programs. At only 13 years old, he created a tic-tac-toe game where people could play against the computer. Imagine being 13 and teaching a machine how to think and respond. During this time, Bill met another student named Paul Allen. Paul was older and quieter, but he loved computers just as much as Bill did. The two quickly became close friends because they shared the same big dream. They believed something that sounded crazy at the time. They believed that one day, every home would have a computer. Back then, computers were extremely expensive and used only by large companies. Most people thought personal computers were impossible. But Bill and Paul believed the future would be different. By the age of 15, Bill and Paul started a small business called Trafodata. They created a program that helped count traffic for cities. Surprisingly, they earned around $20,000 from this project. For teenagers in the 1970s, that was a huge amount of money. More importantly, Bill learned a powerful lesson. Ideas are important, but action is what turns ideas into reality. In 1973, Bill enrolled at Harvard University. His parents were proud because Harvard was one of the best universities in the world. They believed he would become a successful lawyer like his father. But Bill's heart was still with computers. Instead of focusing only on his classes, he spent most of his time in the computer lab. He loved writing code and solving problems. He truly believed computers were the future. In 1974, something big happened. A new personal computer called the Altair 8800 was released. It was one of the first computers regular people could buy. When Paul Allen saw it, he immediately called Bill and said, "This is our chance." They decided to create software for the computer, even though they didn't even own one. It was a bold and risky move, but Bill believed in taking chances when opportunity knocks. In 1975, at just 20 years old, Bill Gates made one of the biggest decisions of his life. He dropped out of Harvard to start a company with Paul. His parents were shocked and worried. Leaving Harvard was a huge risk, but Bill believed opportunities do not wait forever. That same year, they started a small company and named it Microsoft. They had no big office, no large team, and no guarantee of success. All they had was belief, hard work, and a dream that was about to change the world. After starting Microsoft, Bill and Paul worked harder than ever. They didn't have a big office or fancy equipment. Most of the time, they worked from small rooms, using whatever computers and tools they could find. Bill spent hours writing code, while Paul focused on talking to potential clients and spreading the word about their software. Every line of code mattered. Every call they made mattered. They knew this was their chance to build something big, and they weren't going to waste it. Their big break came in 1980 when IBM, one of the largest computer companies in the world, asked Microsoft to create an operating system for their new personal computer. An operating system is like the brain of a computer. It tells the machine how to work, how programs run, and how users can control it. At that moment, Bill didn't have a ready operating system. But instead of saying no, he promised IBM he would deliver one. Then he quickly bought an existing system called QDOS, improved it, and renamed it MS-DOS. This deal was huge. Every IBM computer now used Microsoft software, and Microsoft started growing very fast. Bill Gates wasn't just a programmer. He was a leader. He inspired his team, pushed them to do their best, and made sure everyone worked toward the same goal. He was known to be strict, but fair. He believed that to succeed, you had to give your best every day. Bill also believed in learning constantly. He told his employees, never stop improving. There's always a better way to do things. This mindset kept Microsoft ahead of other tech companies. By the early 1980s, Bill's vision started becoming reality. He wanted computers in every home for every person. Windows, Microsoft's graphical operating system, launched in 1985 and made computers much easier to use. Before Windows, computers were complicated and only experts could operate them. Windows changed everything. Suddenly, regular people could use computers at home and at work with just clicks and simple commands. Bill Gates' dream of making technology accessible to everyone was starting to come true. Even though Microsoft was growing, Bill faced challenges. Other tech companies like Apple were creating new products, and competition was strong. Bill's old rival, Steve Jobs, had a gift for design, making computers look beautiful. Bill and Steve were very different, but they respected each other's abilities. Despite the competition, Bill stayed focused. He knew that staying innovative and taking risks were key to success. By 1987, at just 31 years old, Bill Gates became the youngest self-made billionaire in the world. Imagine that. A young man who spent hours in a small school computer lab was now one of the richest people on the planet. But Bill didn't let money change him. He believed that wealth was a tool to make a difference, not just to enjoy luxuries. He once said, "If you are born poor, it's not your fault. But if you die poor, it's your fault." That meant everyone has the power to improve their life through hard work, determination, and smart decisions. Bill's personal life also began to take shape. In 1987, he met Melinda French, a smart and driven woman working at Microsoft. They shared similar values, loved learning, and believed in using their success to help others. In 1994, they married in a simple ceremony in Hawaii. Together, they raised 3 children, teaching them the importance of hard work, humility, and giving back to society. Even though they had enormous wealth, Bill and Melinda didn't spoil their kids. They wanted them to build their own identity and learn the value of effort. Microsoft faced tough times too. In the late 1990s, the U.S. government accused the company of unfair business practices. Many people doubted Bill's abilities and predicted failures. But Bill never gave up. He faced challenges head-on, learned from mistakes, and continued to innovate. He believed every problem was an opportunity to grow. Bill understood that success wasn't just about being smart. It was about staying focused, taking risks, and never stopping. Bill Gates' vision wasn't just about Microsoft. He wanted to change the world. In 2000, he and Melinda created the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. It became one of the largest charitable organizations in the world, focused on solving major problems like diseases, lack of education, and access to clean water. Bill believed that wealth should be used to help people, not just for personal gain. Through their foundation, they've saved millions of lives and inspired countless others to give back. Even after stepping away from daily operations at Microsoft, Bill continued to work tirelessly. He studied science, supported research in clean energy, and funded projects to make the world better. He shared his knowledge through speeches, interviews, and advice, always encouraging young people to dream big, take risks, and keep learning. He believed in action over hesitation. His famous story about giving a blank check to a journalist shows that opportunity is worthless if you don't act on it. By the early 2000s, Bill Gates had become a global icon, not just for his wealth or technology, but for the impact he had on the world. He proved that one curious boy with determination and a love for learning could grow up to change the lives of millions. His journey teaches us that success is about more than money. It's about vision, courage, resilience, and giving back. As Bill Gates grew older, he realized that wealth and fame were not the ultimate goals. What mattered most was the difference he could make in the world. In 2006, he stepped back from his day-to-day role at Microsoft to focus entirely on the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. This decision surprised many people. Why leave the company you built? But Bill knew that helping others, solving real-world problems, and creating opportunities for millions of people was his new mission. Through the foundation, Bill and Melinda worked to improve global health, education, and access to basic necessities like clean water. They funded vaccines, supported schools in poor countries, and developed innovative solutions to fight diseases like malaria and polio. Bill often said, "Money has no utility to me beyond a certain point. Its real power is in helping others." This mindset made him not just a successful businessman, but also one of the most respected humanitarians in the world. Bill's approach to life has always been simple and disciplined. Even as one of the richest men alive, he doesn't waste time on unnecessary luxuries. He spends his mornings reading books on science, history, and global issues to expand his knowledge. Afternoons are often for meetings with scientists, reviewing projects, or planning new initiatives. In the evenings, he relaxes by playing bridge, which keeps his mind sharp and helps him stay focused. Learning and curiosity have been his lifelong companions, and he believes they are the best investments anyone can make. Even during difficult times, like the divorce from Melinda after 27 years of marriage, Bill stayed focused on his mission. He continued to work with Melinda on the foundation, showing that challenges and personal struggles shouldn't stop someone from pursuing their purpose. He believes that life will test everyone in ways they cannot imagine, but every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger and smarter. Bill Gates has always shared powerful lessons from his life. He encourages young people to dream big, but start small. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take action now. He says failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the journey. Every mistake is a chance to learn something valuable. He also emphasizes the importance of time, saying it's the most precious resource we have. Spend it wisely on learning, helping others, and growing. Another key lesson from Bill is kindness. The world needs more compassion, and being kind is a strength, not a weakness. Despite being one of the most influential figures on the planet, Bill remains humble. He doesn't measure success by money or awards, but by the lives he has improved. One of his most famous quotes is, "The true measure of success is not how much you've achieved, but how many lives you've changed." Bill's life proves that anyone, no matter where they start, can make a huge impact through curiosity, hard work, and determination. Bill Gates' story is a reminder that greatness comes from learning, taking risks, staying determined, and using your talents to help others. From a curious boy fascinated by books and computers to a billionaire changing the world, Bill's journey inspires millions. He teaches us that success is not just about what you achieve for yourself, but about the difference you make in the lives of others. So, remember this. No matter how small you start, no matter the obstacles in your way, you can create your own path. Dream, work hard, keep learning, and help others along the way. Just like Bill Gates, your curiosity, courage, and determination can change not only your life, but the lives of millions around the world. One idea, one effort, one small step at a time, it all adds up to something incredible.